welcome to TR-49. It's a game that came out, I think, on Friday, and it was already popping up on my Steam being like, oh, you may like this. And I'm like, yes, it does seem like I would. And then a couple people were like, hey, you may like this. I'm like, yes, yes. So here we are. Here we are to see if I like it. Normally, I would have the game already up when we start, but it does go right into the game. So I will just have to get into it immediately. Story time first, before we get to it. So I actually sat down earlier today with the intent of recording this game instead, where I was like, oh yeah, I'll record it and we'll release it next week. And then Firefly basically decided that that's not happening. She was going mental. So I've basically made it through like the initial tutorial of the game, and she was like running back and forth, knocking over the microphone, knocking over the camera, just doing random things. So I basically played through that tutorial bit, and it kind of just goes with the text, like the characters are talking and you can't replay it. So I've made it through the tutorial, and I was like, well, I don't actually know what the story is and what I'm supposed to be doing, because all I've been doing for the last 20 minutes is just having a cat run around, and I'm there on this video just being like, ah. So that was attempt number one of me trying to play this game. So then I was like, you know what? Okay, I'm just gonna bin this. I'm gonna restart and make some tea, wait for her to settle down, and maybe I will try again and we'll be fine. So she's gone to sleep, and then I'm like, okay, let's do this again. And no, as soon as I turn the game on again, she's just going bonkers. I don't know what is it about this game, but she hates it. So I gave up. I gave up on it. I was like, you know what, we're gonna stream it because I am getting frustrated trying to make it through the tutorial while my cat is deciding we're not doing this. So, and then when I went to record something else, she was like, yeah, I don't care anymore. We're leaving. So I have now played the tutorial kinda twice, so I know the start of the game, but hopefully after that we can get into it proper. And she's currently sitting behind a monitor, so we're being threatened. We're being threatened. She might jump out and start to go crazy as soon as I launch. I launch this game. We'll see. Yes, we'll see what happens. Okay, I need to go to the game view, and then I need to start the game because it immediately goes to dialogue. So hopefully you will be able to see and hear it as it starts.
She knows not what the curse may be. And so she weaveth steadily. And little other care hath she.
Abby? Abby? Are you there? Can you hear me? Oh, Jesus, this thing doesn't work at all. Abby? Are you there?
I'm here. Yes, we can respond.
Abby, make contact. Come on.
But what I found out by trying to yap over this game is that
Channel your end. Come on now.
if you just sit there, the guy freaks out a bit. He's like, OMG, what's going on?
Before they find us.
Why do you not respond? Fine.
I can hear you.
Oh, excellent. It works. My name's Liam. First up, Abby, can you tell me where you are?
I am in some sort of basement, is all I can tell. It's dark in here.
Talk to me, damn it.
This is, some kind of cellar. It's dark, I can't really see.
Dark? Alright, I'll put through some more power, see if that helps. There, how's that?
We've got lights.
Yeah, better.
Tell me what you can see.
I don't know why I'm here. Is there some
Abby.
sort of internal thoughts we're having? Yeah, we're responding.
Sorry,
Don't panic.
yeah. There's a machine. It looks old. It's made of... What even is this stuff? It's like dinosaur plastic.
Formaldehyde resin. Is it working?
I mean, probably.
I don't know. How would I tell?
Try using it. There should be some switches, some kind of input system.
Yep, so we can jiggle the handle and then we get little inputs. Yes, so it does feel a bit weird.
What's going on?
Yeah, it's like I was trying to, obviously, as I was trying to record it, and every time I would start talking about something, he would be there like, oh my god, why are you not responding? What's going on? But I think it's supposed to give us the sense of like, whatever we're trying to do
Abby, talk to
is
me.
urgent, right? So he's just being impatient about it. Well, I mean,
Abby, talk to me.
we have to input something that's 2 letters and 2 numbers. And the name of the game, right,
Abby, talk to me.
is TR-49. So sounds like a good thing to start with. Ah! But
Power's spiking up here. Did something happen?
it's just gone TR-40 for some reason. There we go. At the 9. There, we did it. We've started the game.
Abby? Abby?
I'm here to get this machine working. Yes, I am. He is freaking out quite severely.
There are even more codes now.
Pick something. Follow your instincts.
Yes, he might lose his mind, so I'm like,
Hey, don't rush. Don't want you to break anything.
I'm not rushing. I'm not rushing. You're the one that's rushing. Okay, so yes, I'm trying to like find a room to speak, but he's a bit freaking out. Like what I find interesting about the setting is that she's here and he's obviously working with her in some way, right? But it's like she doesn't quite know where she is. She doesn't know why she's here. That's like a first kind of thought that pops out, like, oh, I don't know why I'm here. And then he introduces himself, so it's not like we're supposed to know him. So it's kind of a weird thing, right? Why are we here? What are we doing? Why do we not understand what is happening? But yes, so the whole thing is a bit gibberish, but we have a couple things that look like codes that we can click. So let's just click one and see where we go. So, ES92. Yes, I need to discover what this machine is. I assume those little boxes are what we're thinking to ourselves. I'm Orsi.
Listen, make sure you're keeping track of what you find. You could get lost in this thing.
The notebook records what have been discovered. Yes, there is an in-game
Got my
notebook.
notebook ready?
A notebook? Good.
So yeah, we have the notebook. The status is what the thought was, right? I need to discover what this machine is, and we found one source. And we have this machine codes. So TR-49, the boot index, and PR-37, load previous. And then we have a bunch of other codes, but we don't know what they mean quite yet. So the text is a bit scrambled, but we can talk to him again, see if he has anything else to say to us.
Half this entry is corrupted. It looks deliberate. Like it's been hidden.
I think the machine's trying to protect itself against strangers. We need to try to understand what's here. It's the sources that matter. If we can make sense of the sources inside the machine, then we can get it working. Get control of it. So record any titles you find.
Yes. the machine is trying to protect itself, as if it is conscious, as if it knows we're here. So yes, we can collect the break code word. That's like one of the few readable
This
things
is the
here.
title that goes with this code.
Yes, so
Break code.
So we've got to ES92 and we found break code, so we
Break code.
joined the two. And then...
I got one. I got a name.
Great.
And, okay, this is weird, but the text, it's clearing up.
He had believed that the machine could benefit humankind, but the longer it ran, the clearer it became that humankind stood forever in a line, with those at the front taking the largest share. So, to put all the value in a single place was to starve those who could never reach the front.
Okay. The dialogues that come out of the machine, they're very quiet compared
The machine
to...
contains a mixture of books, journals, letters, fed in over the course of 50 years.
Yes, we don't really know much yet. We've literally just started. We're just going around how to use the machine. But yes, so... yes, we don't know what we're doing here, right? So what I was going to say about this is the way we're set up here, it reminds me a bit of a movie that, like, it's an old movie, so...
If you can identify which codes relate
Yes,
to which
calm
titles,
down.
then we can start to build up a picture of what's here.
Yes, I understand. I'm matching codes to their titles. Yes, what I was going to say, it reminds me the setup a bit of a movie called Source Code, where, yes, the characters' things, they are in doing certain things, but not everything is as it seems. I mean, this movie is quite old, so hopefully anyone who's interested in it have seen it, but it kind of gave me that vibe of like,
What's next?
are we really physically here, or is something else going on? So yes, we've got a couple more things other than the break code, right? So the text has cleared up now, and it says, "I'm sorry, Father, I left. 14 long years passed, and I picked up this book, Break Code, at the flea market, and you were inside. There's even a facsimile of one of your log entries, dated 49. I don't know how they got their hands on it. So I came back to feed it into the machine. And this time I found the message you left for me right away. I got married, Father, and you weren't there to give me away." Okay, if people have seen the movie, I'm not crazy. So, I mean, if you've seen the movie, you know, like, what is kind of happening to the main character, and the fact that, you know, he thinks he's one way, but something else is happening. And this feels like, yes, she's somehow in this basement, but she doesn't know how and why and whatever. So it's like, are we really in the basement? Or is this somehow happening differently to us? So at the end here, we also got some things like, enter code to expand additional log. Well, we don't know what code we need to enter. There's also some unknown links. There is the load previous, but that just takes us back. So other things that are highlighted is CC, and when we click those, it get automatically enter into the code input, and then we have 49. So we're basically...
And so, the work begins in earnest.
When we're reading the entries, it seems like we're looking for a way to find another code so that we can get more entries, so that we can get more
There's a face
codes.
in the glass.
Just another kind of recording. Don't get distracted.
So, there are books inside this thing.
This machine was built to understand things that no one else can understand. To find meaning where meaning is obscure. In German war codes, originally. Then other things. And the way it does it is by eating books.
Eating books, right? Not like analyzing books or anything like that. Eating. That is a very specific language. Okay, so this is partially obscure, but you can kind of read it, right? Via something caution, the scientific something I disagree. Pemberton. as to understand the universe, we must stand something.
Do you know where you are?
Do I know where I am? I'm in some sort of basement, but yes, it's very suspicious that he keeps saying that. Yeah, I mean, we can reply to him and we can kind of get more info from him.
So, we're mapping out its mind, is that it?
Making sense of it, one title at a time.
So yes, because we don't know the title of this, the content is garbled. But what we can gather from this is that we've put CC into the code and then 49. And 49 is also the year this node has been added into this thing, and then the user is Cecil, so the pattern appears to be forming, right? Where the code we use to get somewhere is like the year plus the name of the person. So here it gives us QL, right, as the series of letters, so presumably the name. And then it says published in 1918. So we're looking for QL 18. And off we go. There's a lot of entries while we're scrolling past. Okay, an original copy from 1918, from an auction held by Quentin Lemarchand's widow after his death 6 years later. The cover is marked draft. The inside is a mess of scroll and elision. No matter, the machine will infer whatever is missing. We will know Lemarchand's mind. There was a final version. It was destroyed. Obscured by click this.
There's a title right here. Academicalist's Journal, Issue 1.
Okay, so yes, the game is like, oh yeah, you can assign this already, even though I
Academicalist's
haven't read it yet.
Issue 1.
Yes, Academic Journal Issue 1. But connecting those two did not unobscure that text, which means we're wrong about it. But yes, it says the Academicalist Journal wrote about it in Issue 1. 2 years after Lemarchand died, I will feed it in. Every scrap helps. Yes, so again, some interesting bits of like, the machine will infer whatever is missing, right? The machine, you can give it text and then it just goes, oh yeah, based on that, this is the rest of the content. Which is an interesting thing to think about. Yeah, I'm not sure whether this is the entirety of machine or like the initial view we got, it was like a bigger basement and there was things on the side. So potentially the machine is much bigger. This is just like the front interface of it. So yeah, so the Academicalist Journal, it gives us A and J here. So clearly clues to what we need to enter in terms of the letters. But we need to get a year. So this says an original copy from 1914. I thought we were in 18. I think yes. The scrambling is actually affecting the numbers, right? Sometimes we're reading it scrambled and the information is wrong. So held by Quentin Lemarchand's widow after his death 6 years later. So he died 6 years after 1918. So he died in 1924. And then the final version was written about it in the journal 2 years after he died, which means it would be AJ 26. So 2 and 6. There we go. So this is then the Academicalist Journal issue 1, right? Hello, Baron, thank you for subscribing. They might or may not be
Academicalist
here.
Journal issue 1.
Yes, so is this now the correct title?
The text, it's clearing. How does it know?
Yes, how does it know?
Rational thought. Let's begin with an humble example.
Welcome. Sorry, I've been trying to let go through the game. I've not been super seeing who's in the chat. I need to pay better attention. But yes, what I was going to say, the notification thing, it picks up from people just generally on the channel, so sometimes I'm not sure. But yes, welcome, welcome. Thank you for subscribing. Yes, so in here we got alchemy, Wicca, ley lines. Words are chemical elements seeking to bond. Even better, we pare back reality's flesh to find the stony truth inside. An annual investigation for everything weird.
I better note this title down. Academicalist's Journal issue 2.
Yes. Weird
title.
and broken and
There's a
strong.
particular book inside this thing that we've got to find.
Cool. We're here to find a book. I stumbled upon issue 2 some time ago under the obvious code. Others have crept in from dark places since. From dark places? Now I have issue 1. Insane already, but even a dog's ears prick in a thunderstorm. The Rite of Professor Lemershon's Revisions.
Another title. Revisions.
Yeah. Destroyed by a monster from the Church of the Rampaging Christ, C-89. Startling. A claim that Frenchman published again, even as he lay dying. 25 years and I had no idea. Did the journal's editor know him personally? So we've got it into this journal here, and we don't have to proceed from by the clues, right? We could totally just go off on some tangent if we want to. I'm pretty sure the game is fairly open about this, but yeah, we're still in the tutorial bit, I think. So they're trying to get us to understand. And yes, the man is a bit annoying. I'll give it that. I understand what they're trying to do with it, kind of giving you the feeling of like, you know, this may be an important mission, they care, but obviously when I'm trying to talk through the game, it's like, oh, stop interrupting me. But yes, like we can talk to him a little bit to see, you know, because that also gives us story, right? So we shouldn't completely ignore him.
I'm guessing Cecil built this thing then?
Cecil Caulderly and his wife Beatrice.
We've learned about a new person called Beatrice. So yeah, other than the titles and codes that we record here, we get, yes, the information about the various authors. So we have the Church of the Rampaging Christ we've just read about. Pemberton. Beatrice, so we just learned about her. Yes, they do notes for you, which is nice, right? Like, as much as I like scribbling in my notebook when there's lots of info, sometimes you're like, oh my god, where was that? Yes, he was CC, and yes, therefore she will be BC, but we still need some sort of year to associate with her. We have Alice Caulderly, daughter of the machine's creator Cecil Caulderly and Beatrice, abandoned the archive in 1985. Academicalist Journal, yes, so we've learned about it, and we found one entry for them around. So it's gonna record the things we found. Yes, we've got Cecil here. He's got a little portrait, and that was the CC-49. We've yes, they're A, B, and C. And then the Quentin. So we found the QL-18, but we don't actually know the title of it, right? Because it just led us to that journal. So, from here, we've got a couple of things, right? We have issue 2 of the journal. Now, we could basically make an assumption here that it was published yearly, And therefore, if the codes are by year, there could be another journal in 27. Or there also is the Church of the Rampaging Christ, right? And the Rampaging Christ specifically is highlighted, it's kind of boldened, although you probably can't see it very well if you're not full screen. And then C89. So if we're going by the initials are the start of the code, then RC89 might be a next code we can pursue. Off we go.
Bow. Yes. Scream if you have to. It does not matter. For tomorrow we will rise like thrown spears to rain down on the unrighteous. The lower you go now, the greater your ascension will be.
Yes, I'm also not sure why those sections are so much more quiet compared to the characters speaking, because then I'm like, I can't turn the volume up because everything else will be yelling. But hopefully you can still kind of hear it. I mean, I can only just about hear it on my headphones. The Church of the Rampaging Christ sounds like a violent missionary organization. It is not. It is an anti-scientific body dedicated to the destruction of knowledge itself for the betterment of human segregation. A dark spin-off of Tennyson's Metaphysical Society. I assume it's not Petaphysical Society. Christ would not, I think, have approved the use of his name. This pamphlet is not recorded here from a desire to preserve this group's ideas, but to serve as a lighthouse for future generations, a tower on the foundering rocks. Steer away. Avoid the rhetoric of the close-minded, for the universe will never fold itself tightly enough to meet those people's needs. Yes, if only we can put the guy that silently, then he wouldn't bother us. Is it possible that this machine ate the authors instead of the books? I mean, it is then supposedly able to, like, it can take a draft and infer what they meant, so who knows? Maybe it is eating them. Maybe it is. And yes, then, yes, we have this TR-49 code, which is just a back operation, right? So we can quickly go back to where we are, where we were without having to do the code again. So we back to the journal. We also have a couple other things we found, right? Because at the start, it also gave us the code LA57. So we can click on that and discover what that may bring us. Okay, so that has taken us back to ES92, which was that thing we got into first with the break code. But it didn't explain to us what does that mean. And then we have ED17. And ED17 takes us here. Source control. Exercise caution. Reintegration is power intensive and can reduce network capacity. Releases are known to have unintended consequences. And then we have a make data source and wipe data source, right? So we can do something here potentially, and like I didn't get into it. As I said, I played it through the tutorial a little bit, so I did get like the journals and stuff like that. But yes, I don't actually know what this does. It wasn't part of the tutorial that I've done. Yes, we can replace something, make something, wipe something from this machine, but you know, it clearly seems to indicate that it's more than just, you know, writing data, right? Like, why would it be, you know, so dangerous to just change some documents on a computer? So yes, that's the extra codes that
Okay, that did
we
something.
have found.
Okay.
Yes, that just takes us back. We can talk to the guy again.
Back here again.
Try something else?
Thanks. Just try something else. You're lost. Try something else. It didn't really fill those things, but I guess we have to actually learn the meaning of them rather than just, well, we clicked on them. It went somewhere. So I guess we're still on the, yes, Academicals Journal 1.
Welcome to the home of rational thought. Let's begin with a counterexample.
Will they devour us? Potentially, you know. We don't know. We don't know. So yes, the other thing I think we can get from here is the issue 2 that says under the obvious code, right? So I think it just goes one up and we go to 27 and we will get another issue. Identical skeletons found halfway around the world. Heavy something. A cat that speaks fluent Mandarin in Tarnsbridge. I'm told
I should note down the
Tarnsbridge.
title that goes with this code. It's clear enough.
Yeah. Calm down. I'm told that Tarnsbridge recurs in issue 7.
Academicalists Journal, issue 7.
So yes, we can attach AJ27
Academicalists
to
Journal, issue 2.
issue 2.
The text is clearing again.
Good.
I guess it's worth doing that before I...
One of two things. The offensive or rabble and I'm afraid to say Hammerstone chose the easier.
I guess it's worth filling it in first before we start reading because then it clears it up better.
I've seen a few entries with this same symbol at the top.
Oh yeah? What kind of symbol?
I don't know, it's Greek or something.
Like a three-pronged fork? That's the core archive. Those entries form the spine of the machine.
Okay, so basically that's the kind of important entries. Interestingly enough, because it says AJ27 on the top, but then yes, it has the symbol repeated again, and then there's like 26 next to it, right? So is it like some other index of it, some other value, something like that? And then other things had different symbols as well. Okay, so that's his heavy water. There's a contentious mention of HP, born 06, died age 16, resurrected briefly, then years ago, 10 years ago. They call them the ancient enemy, the insidious word, the voice without a face. So yes, we have HP 06. We also have issue 7. So I think with the journal, and this is about getting to you know, where I got while Kat was going crazy, right? The bit where there seems to be this journal and we can just go to the issues based on like the years, because adding 1 year seems to work for issue 2, so I assume adding extra years will get us to, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and stuff like that. But yes, so kind of a different thing it's leading us to is this whole HP 06. Yes, we're used to just being not getting treasure and having bad things happen to us. So bad endings are a thing. So yes, we got into HP 06. Hammerstone Press first. So HP is not a person. HP is some sort of publishing entity. I assume it may have been added here. Yes, there we go. Hammerstone Press. Founded in 1906 to publish anonymous writing and on outlandish topics, relaunched in 1956. The idea was to offer anonymous publication, to allow writers to speak without committing their reputation to their work. For 2 years, starting in 08, they tried it, then they faltered. Anonymity turned out to be negotiable. Meanwhile, Dorota Pemberton was rewriting history, and no one remembers her name. Okay, so Dorotha Pemberton is another person But yeah, starting in 06, which means HP, not 06, starting in 08, which means HP 08 is apparently probably likely another entry. Yes, from the same year as Dorotha Pemberton's Irrationals.
Irrationals?
Battle lines are drawn, red against white. How is the war to be made better? Harried from behind or running on ahead? The written on Doomed Theoretics.
Doomed Theoretics.
Is
I
too
can get the title that goes with this one.
Okay. Yes, we can, because I guess it's implying that this is the Doomed Theoretics. Is too stupid to sigh. Here are his theories of educational distraction. The flatness of the world, the falsity of clouds, the impossibility of empathy, and so on. Okay, so this is like, yes, them doing some pseudoscientific writing. So yes, I think HP 08 is the Doom Theoretics, especially because she's already like, oh yeah, I know what this is.
Doomed Theoretics.
Yep.
Must have been right. I can read it now.
Great.
No one listens. To make a statement is to remove an idea from the pool like a tooth from the mouth, because any statement uttered is less likely to be believed than any statement arrived at independently. Thus, to change minds, and change them we surely must. It is imperative we state things we know to be false as loudly and boldly as possible, so as to drive the stubborn proletariat towards the truth.
Yeah, so his idea seems to be, if we just say nonsense to people, then somehow that will make them be like, no, that's all nonsense, and arrive at the truth. Yes, so telling people lies is good, actually, is this guy's take. We have more to tell our friend.
So, this thing is a code-breaking machine.
It was built to break German war codes in 1943. It's much more than that now.
It's much more than that now. What does it do now? Well, they keep telling us about this Dorotha Pemberton and in the same year as her Irrationals, which means, going by the pattern, her initials, D and P and 08, should bring us. And yes, we can immediately give this a title so it becomes unscrambled.
It's clearing again.
Good, good.
I have been surprised. I have spoken to the greatest mind of our generation. And I am assured of just one thing.
And what is that thing? What are you assured of? What is interesting also about this machine, right, is like, we were told that this machine eats books, right? And therefore we would expect to see text inside of it. That's fine. However, you may have also noticed that there's not only just text, right? There are images inside of it, but there is also voices, right? Like, did they record the voices? Or is the machine generating the likeness of the person, like their face, their voice, just from their writings being put into it, right? Like, is it actually, yes, eating their souls and reproducing them inside of the machine from just the books and the notes they have written? I guess we may find out, but yes, that's how we may end up inside of the machine. Or maybe we're the machine. Maybe we don't understand what's going on because we're the machine that's just woken up and it's interacting with itself. What thing? I have to know. But she does not say. Only this: the hidden staff of the universe are ideas themselves. That was Le Marchand's conclusion as well. I think Pemberton met Le Marchand. You can see her fingerprints on his 11 paper. Pemberton might even have lived to see it, but only just. The rest is madness, delusional and strange. Okay, so yeah, there's more enter code to expand, but yes, would would it, because obviously we know Cecil wrote this in 56. So if we were to say CC 56, will this expand? No? It will not expand. So this is not how those codes expand, not how those additional logs expand. Something else, some other mechanic comes into play here. Yeah, you thought I was going to expand them. I mean, it's a good idea, right? From what we've learned, some... yeah, she did blink. She definitely blinked. But yes, it's a good idea because, yes, from what we learned so far, like, putting those together as a code is how we get to things, but that's how we get to the individual entries, right? So I guess getting to the expanded things is a different pattern. I have to enter code to expand. Oh, I have to press enter after I put interesting, interesting. What have I done? I should never have fed this in. I've heard the machine murmuring lines from Pemberton to itself. Whatever was in this book, it is in the writing now. It sees through the walls. Does God even know what else it might do? Okay. So he's like, oh yeah, I've entered this stuff in and now that's gone, that's done weird stuff. And then we can do... yes, machines go crazy, right? If the machine can analyze the writings of people and then reproduce more, does that make the machine go crazy? Can we talk to our friend about this? I mean, I pushed enter and it worked, so I don't know. Did you have something else in mind? Because that's what I did. Although it changed to CC11 after I did enter, right? When I entered CC56. Or did I press on this 11? Well, I mean, we can try this again with this here, right? Because we also have Alice, which I'm pretty sure is here somewhere. Yes, AC, right? She's AC. And she wrote this in 85. So if we do AC, AD... ah! Okay. So I was going to do 85, but for some reason it just kicked in at 81 before I entered the last number. Oh, it triggered the 11 reference. Interesting. Okay, we're breaking the game. Okay, we're breaking the game then. We don't have to push enter, and also I was trying to enter 85, but it just jumped in at 81, and it's taken us somewhere. So yes, you don't even have to follow the clues. You could literally just take people's names and come up with a year and then hop off to some other file and see what's there, right? So yes, she says, I have decided to take over my father's work. My mother does not want me to, but my father hoped I would. He often invited me to the library. I have read most of it. It is a part of me already. I have begun already. Looking ahead, I must take decisions. What should be included? My father believed that what was left out of the archive was significant, and what was included, with a few exceptions based on his interests. He once even made me a maze for my birthday after Mom left him. I wonder if I will decide like a scientist, choosing and testing, or like an artist, adding one dab of paint at a time. I will need to read and think. Okay, so they were being selective with what they added here. But yes, it's interesting that it says maze here, right? Like, specifically, it doesn't say he made me a maze as a part of the sentence, right? He made me a maze, all uppercase, is very suspicious to me. What happens if the author's first and last name begin with the same letters or are not in the Latin alphabet? That's a good question. I guess that's the limitation of the machine, right? It just doesn't work that way. They were like, yeah, we're totally fine with this. But that means this will not, if we do AC99, it will not expand then. Right? Because we were wrong about that. It just accidentally worked on the other thing. Pressing enter is not what it does, yes. It just focuses the TR-49, which is back. Well, we can talk to our friend.
Oh, this is stupid. I don't know what I'm doing.
You'll get there, don't worry. You're the right person for this, Abby.
How does he know that?
Done this before, have I?
I should think so.
See, it's weird. It's weird. He both doesn't seem to know us, but he seems to be like, hey, you can do this. You know what you're doing. I mean, I wasn't trying to get to this page by accident, but what I'm seeing with the input is that you basically can accidentally enter something, right? I was trying to enter something else. I was trying here to say AC 85, but it just went accepted AC 81 before I even entered the last thing, and it just sent me off. So, you know, I'm trying to follow the clues, but the game seems to, at least in part, take me off to places on its own as well. So, yes, we didn't tell him our name. He knows who we are, but then, yes, he had to introduce himself, and we don't seem to know him. Yes, so where were we at, really, with this? Okay, so here, we were actually, the 11 here, right, was a paper from the French guy, QL, right, Le Marchand, on his paper 11. So where I was actually supposed to be going from here is to QL 11. So yes, QL. And yes, because then I didn't even have to go to the numbers, it just skips. The biggest ideas start small, except in this case. He goes on to state he has seen this effect work, and that it can be done, as he puts it, at scale. Those two words, I think, are what sign his death warrant. An unlucky number of years later, dark forces are drawn to scale. Huh. The biggest ideas start small, except in this case. This effect can work and be done at scale. Those two words, I think, are what sign his death warrant. Well, an unlucky number of years later, that may mean 13. So 13 years after this, so like QL, I mean 24 is when he died, right? So we don't know whether he wrote anything then. Yes, he did. Apparently we discovered a new offer, Kendrick. Yeah, I think the game is just slightly too quick on, yes, executing the code or telling you found a new offer, because like I haven't read the text yet, right? But it's intriguing in its world. Like, I'm quite interested in this machine that eats books or eats people or eats books, then recreates the people inside of it, and somehow can be driven mad if you feeds it the wrong text, right? There are some interesting things happening here, but I guess we gotta get used to some of the quirks of how you play with it. Dad, you would have loved this one. It's as bonkers as a catfish. Another quote. I read a book I should have not read. Now my ideas are not my own. They grip me. Published by Le Marchand's widow after he died aged 68, she claims his notes will allow him, upon his return, to continue his discoveries uninterrupted. I bet the fevered ideas here inspired Professor Kendrick, PK, both in his fiction and his academic stuff. See issue 16 of the Academicalist Journal, which covers Kendrick's marvelous 1932 rant about dark matter. I remember when I got you TJ-26 that, you tore it apart like a child unwrapping a Christmas present. Catfish slander. Well, we know carps are disgusting, and now we know that catfish are bonkers. We can add this to our fish lore. Speaking of fish lore, because it's almost the end of January, and I've noticed that I still have some of the gift memberships remaining. So, time to add few people, give them the ability to catch some fishes and do chicken maths and drink tea and whatever else happens in the emoji world. There we go. You have become the cat snacks. Yes, you have to be limited, right? One author, you know, no repeating initials. Years have to make sense. Yes, so we have PK. And can we do... Well, we have a couple things. Like, we could do a PK-32 to see if that leads anywhere. Or we have AJ-26, which is one of the journal issues. Actually, we've been to AJ-26, because that's the first journal, so we don't need to go there. We still have journal 7. So yes, I'm wondering if PK-32 will get us anywhere, or is that not going to be a thing? It does indeed get us somewhere. Kendrick's first publication on dark matter and its perception is heavy, intense, reminiscent of Silverton's 1929 work. Okay, someone else called Silverton, but we don't have the first name to make the full initials. But more ambitious. Then, Kendrick goes mad. Follows up with a novel, PK-36. I got it years ago. Didn't realize it was fiction. Issue 16 of the Academicalist Journal said it was eye-opening. Idiots or perceptive? After that issue, they shut down for the remainder of the occupation. Okay.
Academicalist's Journal, issue 16.
Yes, we've got a bunch of codes here that we've gotten, but I'm not sure any of them are actually to do with those things. Like, we've got a bunch of stuff from the QL guy, but he didn't write this stuff, so we've got titles, we've got codes, but they are not together. So PK, followed it up with a novel, 36. A novel, Kendrick's first. The title is a reference to JA13, so it's a reference to the journal, not to dark matter or anything else. The story is alright, angry, things keep going missing, being stolen, the protagonist is wronged over and over. Kendrick, at 47, seems to know for certain the path he's on. See reviews of this year's novel. There was a sequel the year after. Okay, if there was a sequel the year after, that means PK-37 is a thing. I like that it seems to be that if we're doing a code for something that's closely related, right? The same author around the same time, the amount we move in the...
Can you hear that?
No, I cannot. What's going on?
Hear what?
It's a car. Close by.
Okay, we're worried about this car.
A car? So what? What does that mean?
Stay here. I'll be back. Find End Piece. That's the book that was stolen. That's the one we need. I will come back.
Okay, he went to investigate some car, and we have to find End Piece. And by the way, could this be in a basement of a mansion? Even though scientists were struggling with poverty back then, they lived in mansions, and this machine needs a large storage space, and basement of a mansion would have been big enough. Well, I mean, yes, Crystal, you might be onto something. You might be onto some... how we make this game into a mansion game. The chaser...
He just left me.
Yes, he left. I mean, I assume everyone is happy that he left because he's gonna stop yapping at least for a while. Although he's been pretty quiet for a little bit. The chaser to PK-36 shot. Rivalries, betrayals, no one gets why. No one gets what they deserve, and they never forget it. Kendrick is said to have been inspired by AT-59, but I can't see it. It's said that this novel was the moment Emma Mayfleur fell in love with Kendrick. Probably why his third took him longer to write. Okay, so we've added some new person. PK-36 is where we just were. Yes, we're somewhere. Who knows? But yes, AT-59.
All right, Abby. It's just you now.
That's what I was saying. Like, clearly, if it's something that's related, we only go a little bit in the database. But if it's something that's like further away, we go a lot. So it means the things are actually laid out logically in this grid we travel. The idols of the king. I had to show the idols of the king to the machine. It talks like nothing matter. I have to show it weight and heft and passion, the way a word can be wielded. Even BE-47 agrees. I assume that's the wife, right? No, the wife was, no, her surname was started with a C, so BE-47 is someone else. Okay, so there's lots of extra logs here. But yes, we can just travel through thing to thing, see if we understand more.
Try to stay focused. He'll come back.
Okay, BE-47 does not seem to take us to anything. Okay, that's interesting. That's not a reference to anything here. The machine is depressed. Yes, apparently. Okay, well, interesting. Oh, but BE-47 does expand this log? Could the book be TR-49? I think that would be too easy, right? And TR-49 takes us to that thing we started at, right? It wasn't a book, really. It was just a note. Oh dear, CC11. Oh, those are people's use. Okay, I understand now. Because I got confused with that whole enter and whatever, I didn't really understand what happened in the other thing. The ones with the something dash, those are their like personal codes. So then once we know the code, we can use it over and over again, right? So if we do CC11 here, we should unlock that top log. Yes, okay, I understand now. I got confused before, but I get it. So the year that they use, it could possibly be like their birth year or something, because then it may make sense, like, for us to learn things, but yes. So we know that CC11 is Cecil's code. Then we have BE-47 for Beatrice. And then we have Alice. So we're gonna have to figure out the year Alice, Alice, I assume it's the Alice, yes, Alice, okay, that's how you spell it. Well, actually it was there. We're gonna have to figure out her birthday, I think. And then we will be able to get into her extra logs. Okay, so I've added Charlotte, 35. It seems to me the machine likes that one. It sings bits out loud when it's inactive. Yes, so the machine is conscious. It sings. It matters. Depending on what they feed it, it's doing different things. Oh, Crystal has guessed that it's a maiden name. Good thinking as always. Okay, so we can only have one log at the time. Expanded. Yes. Oh, the year CC11. If only you read more poetry books and spent less time tearing them up in front of little AL12. Okay, so we know Alice is 12. Are we cooking? Maybe. Maybe then I could trust you. And yes, is AL12 going to unlock this? Yes. My mother was so hard on him towards the end. I know he retreated from her. She felt betrayed by it. But what else could he do? Yes, Kat is running back and forth just by the way, so she's starting again. Are we doing this again? Are you mad about the game? You don't like this game for whatever reason. Yeah. Ugh. There she is. She is here to say hi. There we go. Gonna make her big so you can see her for a bit. You wanna be seen? Yeah, she doesn't want the game to eat her soul. She knows the machine is evil. She's been trying to tell me during the day, being like, no, don't play the evil machine game. Awkward chin scratches. You don't like evil machine game? Okay, but get your claws unstuck. There we go. You wanna sit here? You wanna cause mischief? Which one is it? Okay, so now that we know those codes, we could go back a little bit and figure out where some of the other extra entries, but then yes, the Idols of the King. Okay, so it immediately entered that this is the code for it because that's how we got here, so we don't have to do it. We have some other things that we do need to fill in, and more titles we do need to actually find. So we can go backwards and play with those codes a bit more. So yes, there is a note from Beatrice here, so we know she is... Okay, I can actually just type the codes on the keyboard, so I don't even have to pick. She is B47. This darling machine now has entire copies of two Kendrick's three most terrible novels. Time and Temporality.
And Temporality.
Okay, that gives us the titles of his books. And Temporality Waits for No Man. Honestly, at this rate, I hope Cecil hasn't damaged it. Poor beast.
Temporality waits for no man.
Okay. And then we have a note from Alice as well, so she is AL12. No, not 21. Need to click. There we go. Why is all these books turn out to be true, or a bit true, or almost something, almost true, or contradicting each other and still true. Doom comes to the doctorate too.
Doom comes to the doctorate.
Interesting book titles he's got. Has no one got any imagination anymore, or oh Christ. Okay. Does this mean the combination used as passwords are not recorded? I would guess so. I would guess. I mean, they are. I sort of presume. Actually not, because I thought like, oh, it might be the people's birth years, and therefore you would have never wrote anything, you know, on your birth year. But Cecil is CC11 and Alice is AL12, and like she's supposed to be his daughter, so obviously she's not born 1 year after him. And then Beatrice, the wife, is 47, so that makes no sense. I guess there's some other numbers that come into this. But yes, I assume it's basically. They're basically chosen to not overlap with any entries, right? So it wouldn't do that. Okay, so that means this is one of the books, right? This is one of the books Kendrick has written, and we now have the title of every single one of his books. And we can sort of kind of see the title was here, and it was very long. So I think this might be the temporality waits for no man from like the little bits of there. So, and we are currently in PK 37.
Temporality waits for no man.
I've got another one.
Yay. Right.
Yay, right.
That's what you'd say.
Legend tells us there must be 2 men in every love triangle. But there is only him and 2 of us. And we fight like dragons beneath the earth.
Okay, well, I was expecting his book to be more about, you know, whatever it was, physics or something, but no, it's about love triangles, so, there we go. That's what he was writing about. Okay, and then we had the PK 36 book, right? That we can also likely name. Okay, so this is his first novel. The title is reference to JA13. So that's another personal code. Right? JA13. It's not the journal, it's not a journal publication as I originally thought. But there is nothing here to expand, so are we in a love triangle? Who knows? I mean, at this point I think like we're the machine itself, just some sort of version of it investigating itself, and you know, the other guy is the actual user of the computer. Yeah, so this is linked to PK37. Can we work out what this title is? A shorter title. So this might be time and temporality, PK36?
Time and temporality?
Yes.
Juliet Basingstoke stood before her lover and knew in a moment of clarity like white glass that she was making a mistake. And she turned, and in that moment became someone else.
Okay. She was making a mistake. With her lover, by leaving her lover, becoming someone else? Who knows? Very poor. I mean, yes, is that a commentary on the quality or the state of the book? Who knows? So who's JA13 then, right? Oh, apparently that goes somewhere.
I cannot fix on the hour of a thought or the look or the words which laid the foundation. It is too long ago, I was in the middle before I knew that I had begun.
Okay, it's actually a reference to Pride and Prejudice, which really, I've opened that and I was like, time and temporality, is this some sort of Pride and Prejudice joke? And apparently it is. Apparently it actually is. Which is interesting. A classic, sure, but Pride and Prejudice is here for its impact. For example, on the title of Time and Temporality. Okay, so that's what they were trying to refer to. And then we have Alice writing something here. And its impact on later writers. In particular, I think, on Emma Kendrick. She quotes the opening of this novel in the front piece of her penultimate novel in 65. Okay, so that leads us to another piece of writing, right? Because that means EK 65 will be another piece of writing. Another novel. There are too many of this in here now. They're like weeds. Mrs. Kendrick writes well enough. A Chinese immigrant finds beauty in the woods, but what does that have to say about the matters of importance? I hear the review, volume
Literary
56.
Review, volume 56.
Okay. Claimed her husband wrote this. I think they don't know her older work. The title alone gives it away. In 1936, pre-marriage, Dead Voice, case closed.
Dead Voice.
Okay, so in 36, she wrote Dead Voice, so we'll be able to probably go there and name it. So again, we get Alice here doing another note. So AL 12. Her last book was better though, if a bit weird. I finally found a copy. It was published the year Dad died. Okay, so we know that there will be some book of EK that was published the year Cecil died. But I'm not sure I have that information. It might be in my notes somewhere. Because there is lots here. Okay. No, it just says build the machine with his wife Beatrice. Okay, well. The initial thing we read, it talked about the dad dying, right? But I'm not sure there was a year for that. Let me go back there and see. But yes, there is the 36 book called Dead Voice, so we can start with that because we can name it. So it's gonna be EK 36. No? Do we not have that then? Okay, well apparently... if it's pre-marriage, might not, yes, may not be K. That's a good point. I think the person died at an unlucky number of years. That was QL. I think that was referring to this guy. Because I think that's how I got 24 out of it. No, it's good. I mean, yes, because we get 1924, 868. Like, there's clearly a lot of information here that we have to grasp in this way of like, oh yes, someone said something about some years and we have to remember when that happened, right? And call it back. As much as this game takes some notes, not all of them. But yes, if we go back to the start, if we go back to TR-49, Yes, that wasn't it. It was the LA-57 that we were there.
He had believed that the machine could benefit humankind, but the longer it ran, the clearer it became that humankind stood forever on the line.
So yes,
Those
the
at the front taking the largest share. So to put all the value in a single place was to starve those who could never reach the front.
it replays every time when we enter something. But yes, here, right? We do the
Okay, let's see.
we do that code for, oh yes, LA-57, which apparently now we know this is last entry created, and then it's written those other codes for us as well. But the last entry created is actually ES92, right? So it's break code. Also, this keeps like buzzing, but I assume the guy is not back.
Liam? He's really gone.
Yep, he continues to be gone. So yes, I'm sorry, Father, I left. She wrote in 1999. There even had a facsimile on one of your log entries dated 49. I don't know how they got their hands on it. So I came back to feed into the machine, and this time I found the message you left for me right away. Oh, okay, so if we do like CC49, we may get to a message. I got married, Father, and you weren't there to give me away. Well, we can do this extra note here, because we can do hair code. AL12. I fed in 2 more volumes. One you're going to hate, and one the weapon of the enemy.
The weapon of the enemy?
Yes, we're collecting a lot of things that I'm not yet naming. Has me scared. Just as Emma in writing her last book, the worst of the worst, come back. Oh, and I found a letter written the year I left, but hidden. Left for me to find, or I don't know. 50 sources in all. Okay. Interesting. So it links to CC49, but no, that we've been there, right? Like, I was like, oh, that will lead us something. But that's how we got there in the first place. I'm like forgetting where we've gone already. Okay, this has... I'm hiding things again. At the top here, behind my camera, we've got the counters. So now it... previously it was just saying number found, number titles, and number name, but now it's saying out of 50, right? So it actually tells us that our goal is to do 50, and we have done this many so far. Yes, it only updated once we've learned there is 50 psi. Is that correct? Because I assume that the P is silent potentially. Psi sources and all. So we're looking to find and name 50 things. Yeah, I wonder if it's better if I'm at the bottom. Maybe like I'm covering the buttons, but there's nothing really interesting happening with the buttons. So maybe that's better. You can see the counters and everything. But yes, now I'm like, should we just go through the things we've gone through just to see the extra notes? Because clearly they have information.
And so, the work begins in earnest.
Because yes, that's the note we've heard about Pemberton 1900. Did we already do the Pemberton? Oh yes, because we have Dorothea Pemberton, and we only have the DP08 from her, but that means that BP, not BP, DP. So that means DP 00 could be another thing from her. We must stand on the sword of the giants, if we are to see above the surface. Yes, QL, that was that French guy in 1800. And here there's a note from Elise, so we can go AL12 can see that. I remember you, Father, sitting in front of this machine, skinning wires and tying them tight. I remember you, Father, ripping pages from the Bible itself. Okay.
The Bible.
The entire Bible is here. How are we gonna have that coded? What's the year for it? Who wrote that? And feeding them one by one into a slot. Trying to teach your precious machine to believe. Does it only contain 50 books? I mean, you know, it's like computer from the World War. Like it would take up a whole basement probably having that much storage, or more buildings. So who knows what they're storing in there. I remember watching your back before I could walk, Father. Chewing on glass vacuum tubes because you weren't looking. It seems to me one day you went insane too. Going to talk. Well, the thing with the Bible, as far as I understand, is that there are the different translations of the Bible, right? Different people did the different, and obviously per language as well. It's gonna be, they did the translation, so it's like, you know, you could associate those people with it, right? Because their translation the different translations offer different interpretations almost. So you could associate that, but then obviously you could try to associate it with the actual like biblical times as well and figure something out. So I do wonder if there's gonna be enough information or like, you know, more clues about it, or is it expecting us to do something silly to figure out the Bible? So that's interesting. I'm not sure the Bible is of importance to the story. It might be, it might not be. We'll see. But yes, now I'm kind of just like, okay, so we had Pemberton. So she's B, P, and then 00. Is that in here? Yes, it is. Dorothea Pemberton's second book is something. She quotes Aris 83. Long John Silver, she insists, is a real person, century more real than I. Joshua Silver came long later. Coincident, I think. But even he was truly real for a time. Okay, yes, this is scrambled, so we don't know. It's her second book. So we will have to figure out what her second book's title is. Because I think, well, let me just go back. What does it say here? Because we did get one title, I think, for her book. I think in here, The Revisions is one of her books, but now I'm like, I don't remember where I got it / The Relations, so I don't wanna guess too much. Just being like, oh, that's a piece of information I have. Yes, okay. Let me just enter it into everything I have, right? Like, I'm gonna try not to be like that. So yes, from here we have Cecil's notes, so we can do CC11 to read. The machine says I need to find in my dream I walk to understand.
In my dreams, I walk.
Or in my dreams I walk. Unsurprising, that volume was written during a battle with typhoid fever, and this one during a battle with its consequences, 4 ravaged years later. But I need both. Linchpins to the purpose. To miss either would invite disaster. Okay, so if we're saying this book, I don't know. I didn't mean to press this yet.
50 men on the dead man's chest. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. Drink and the devil had done for the rest. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum.
Okay, I have gone to Treasure Island by accident by clicking it. So well, we're here now. So let's read. Stevenson's Treasure Island, irrelevant despite a mention in An Image in Water.
An image in water.
But it is B47's favorite book. She says she will name her children after the pirates. The first William Billy Bones, then Pew, then Long John. But not Jim. That's too plain. It is absurdity. We must aim for girls. And a bottle of tea. Okay, so Beatrice had something to say. So BE47. Girls? Oh, really? Well, if that's your intention, dear sweet CC11, then why don't you do something about it, you love-struck fool? Henry doesn't stop asking, and one day I will say yes to him only to spite you. Okay, we're definitely doing some sort of love triangles in here. And then CC replies, and so I did. Yes, so he did. So, Treasure Island is mentioned in An Image in Water. Which is some other book in here, okay. Bottle of tea. I mean, you can put rum in tea and then you have bottles of both, right? Okay, so she quotes RS-83. She quotes Treasure Island, which means, yeah, this book is The Image in Water, so the DP00.
An image in water.
Semantics is the creation of a reality, like dolls in their houses, coming to life. When we write or dream, we create. When we read or we play, we animate.
Okay. So, it seems like it's trying to talk about people's interaction with creation. What's happening? I didn't do anything. I did like my hands were not even on any of the control devices. Yes, what is happening? What is HE19? But it's giving us the different codes here.
What's all this?
It's just moving. It's more codes. Liam,
Okay.
are you there?
I don't know.
Okay, he's not there. He's not responding. We need you. Okay, we've got CC11. AL12? AL12? Wait, are we talking? Is he saying Alice?
Wait, is it working?
Note appended. User Cecil. AL12. IS17. T11. IT15. AL12. He's saying Alice something. IT15. T11. Like, it's some sort of code. The machine is trying to tell us something. So, IS17. What's that? I got an achievement that says Cecil speaks. MO04. B44. MO4, B44, Moon Bear, do you remember how we sat on the flagstones and read KC62? I think of it endlessly. I didn't KN04 before. Moon Bear. But it's like, is it replacing the words then? Because like, if you read it like that, right? If it says Moonbear here, and then it says Moon BE44, so it's kind of like, you know, lead speaky, you know, Moonbear, and then Yes, actually AL12 kind of does look like Alice. And then CC11, Cecil. So are those basically like words? We can replace words with codes and make words in the codes. The devoted machine gives undivided, yes, attention. Constant observation. I should have understood. But I gave it myself. Same as B47 gave herself to you. Yeah, because B47 would be B80. Right, it's her full name, yeah, Beatrice. So they're not years, they're just replacements for letters. And now, here I am, over and over while she's gone. Are you trapped in the machine, or is this just like your notebook? Because there are some implications here. And then it's like, do those things lead anywhere? Like if we go to Moo 4? You must do one last thing for me, Alice. Please. I know, I'm sorry, it hurt. Just one last thing, then I'll be gone. Good girl. I don't have long. There's something dangerous down here with me. A minotaur in the maze. Okay, so can we do M-A and then 2 for a Z, right? Because Alice's name is ends with 12, so 2 for a Z, and then 3 for an E? Yes, maze, and that takes us to actually HE19. One of the sources, something I read that didn't want to be read. The power of a revision only lasts as long as it's being read. So find it. VI-93. Not sure. Wipe it. Wipe. Okay. So I was like, something W-I and then E. Wipe it, please, for me. Okay, so he wants us, like, going back to that thing we saw, right? Something with wiping sources. He wants us to wipe something. Something I read that I didn't want to read. I mean, I could do some of them, but yes, this was quite, like, you know, that's quite far away from a P. Okay, additional log from Beatrice. So we can go BE47. I said this place would kill you. Perhaps if this machine had said it, you would have listened. I'm glad I didn't tell you, little Billy. I'm glad I didn't tell little Billy one about you. It's terrible, but some things are better left unknown. And something from Alice. Can we then look at the records for ourselves and Liam by replacing? Maybe there's something about us, or maybe there's not. We'll look in a second. Father, I tried. I couldn't find it. I found something else instead. Something better, I think. I'm going to try to use it. Wish me luck when you see me. Okay, so he left notes in the machine? Or is he trapped in the machine, right? That's the question. Like, what's going on? And then, wish me luck when you see me. Like, by 1999, he's dead, right? The father is definitely dead. We talked about him, like, we even need to find the year of his death. But she says, wish me luck when you see me. Like, she gonna get sucked into the machine and see him inside? Something is going on. So yeah, our name is Abby. So So AB11? No, it doesn't take us anywhere. And then yes, Liam, I'm not sure the same. What would an M be as a number? But yes, where does WI-93 take us? To erase data from the machine, please entrance Beatrice magic word. Right, so it's 4 for R and 0 for D. Makes more sense that Waro. 2 men stand on either side, 1 from above and 1 from inside. Okay, so we need a password. We need the magic word. 2 men stand on either side, 1 from above, 1 from inside. Well, I'm not sure we're yet at the place to be knowing the secret password, right? I'm not sure we are there. But I'm definitely gonna make... please. I'm gonna make a note of WO or WI-93. Because that's where we need the password. Is that lost? No. Better not be. Abby is the abbreviation of Abigail. Probably. Okay, well, we've stumbled upon something. Does this take us anywhere? The password is never password, silly. Okay, so word is not the password. The game is like, haha, good try. But no. I actually thought it must take us somewhere else, but no. I guess we go back. We can rewind all this, see if there's anything else we can see. Does this change? What is this place? How did you get here? A rabbit hole, perhaps? Winding passages lead off in opposite directions, but which way should you go? Through an archway, PA 74? Path? Or down a flight, some steps, pass. Okay, so it's path or pass. I'm like, are we now playing like a text-based game with codes? Because yeah, that was maze. We're on the path. Fountains play in the middle of this space. Opposite is a narrow gap in the stone wall. Door? A heavy door covered in a carved symbol stands to the left. TR-49. Trip? Yikes. In the center of the room is a fearsome minotaur. Oh, it redirected me to something like that. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so now we're just in a text-based adventure. Can we inspect the fountain? The Minotaur charges at you, tearing you limb from limb. From nowhere, a gigantic hand seems to grab you, hauling you through the walls themselves before releasing you somewhere you've seen before. Maze. Okay, we got killed. We died. I didn't realize we can die in this game. So can we go to pass instead? You race down the stone steps, but at the bottom, a passage leads into gloomy darkness below a large door. A round chamber with a domed ceiling. Light plays from some hidden opening. A heavy door stands to the left. Lost. The far wall has a crack in it. You could probably squeeze through. Okay, but that goes to path, right? And then path has taken us to the Minotaur. So what's we've lost then? Walking in circles. Somehow the only door here leads back to here. Lost. Will you cry for help or turn back? Okay, so yes, we can go back to help or we can turn back. But then if we turn back... we can go back to the path, and I assume that that's just gonna be death by the Minotaur again. Yes, there's fountain, the shadowy archway, maze, so that's where we started, right? That's TR trip. Yes, there's a Minotaur. What's with trip? Two identical wooden doors are in the front of you, meeting as though in conversation. They must have argued as both are closed. To the left is door, to the right is road. The Minotaur screams from nearby. It is chasing you. Let's go to the road. Okay. No. I guess the Minotaur just gets to us. And then we get reset back to maze. Okay. Yes, we have just yes, we've got eaten again. Now I'm kind of wondering, you know, is this what we're supposed to be doing right now? Should we be going back and finding more books, right? We've only got like 8 books named. Like, are we gonna learn more information that is going to help us here? Like, can we enter some other code here and then skip some sections, right? Like, can we, if we know specific codes for specific words, can we cheat at the game, right? I don't know, give ourselves some sort of weapon and kill the Minotaur. How do you kill a Minotaur? You know, can we get a sword? Sword is too long of a word to make it into a code unless we're saying we're skipping letters, which they do, right? Because in doors, they did skip one of the O's, I think. Yes, we need like sword or something. We summoned pieces. Too long of a name, though. How would we spell that? Yeah. Is it like a sword? No, I didn't. Okay, sorry, it skipped to something else. SW23. Suspicious Fortitude. Author Soren Wands. Southbound Book. I seek reprieve. I sit on the shore facing the gargoyle beast. The sea, the waves are splendid and loud and violent, but also strangely soothing in their rhythm. An invitation, like a siren song that lulls me to peaceful thoughts in the face of their hunger. I know I should resist their temptation, but it's so inviting. I remember I also saw their violence, but it feels so good to be invited. It'd be rude to decline. Okay, they don't even agree what he used. So a sword, a club, or his bare hands. The author has surely read AJ30 Imbecilic. Okay. Or if we lured the Minotaur into a trap, potentially. Okay, where is this taking us? Alright, new offer discovered. It's the problem with those sort of games, right? Because they're fairly freeform once you get into it. It's like, oh yeah, where am I going? What's the best next thing? What should we find? Have we been here before? No, because it gave us a new offer, right? So it's not possible we have been here before. Alfonso had written a masterpiece 4 years before, so we're told. Goo and Witchcraft reconciled under the title, My God, He Dances.
My God, he dances.
Yeah, we've got so many titles and nothing is linked to anything. I can't find it anywhere. It's only mentioned here. It must have been banned. AJ tries out DME to see if it fits. AJ is the journal again, or is it someone else? There was a book of notes, it seems published by Lemerchan's widow in the year he died. They talk about the ink he used, the paper. Issue 16 had a little more on the subject. Okay, so we're back to the journal, right? We could be going through the journals and seeing what's in them. Minotaur tripped over the yarn and strangled itself trying to get free of the tangle. Theseus was reported to be unhappy because it took him hours to get out. Well, I mean, okay, before we go back to chasing the journal then, we can go back to the maze and see if we can do a trap. I actually never finished typing the sword, right? Because it skipped, but no, I think we're supposed to go to path. Anyway, we can get to the Minotaur. Let's go through the door. Let's go to the path. Yes, fountains, and there is a Minotaur. So can we do PR, then 4 for an A, and 9 for a P? We're going somewhere. No, it's just TR-49. Wait! Wait! That means that the name of this game is Trap. The name of this game is Trap. The first thing we enter into this machine when we come here is Trap. What have we stumbled into? We are in the trap. That's the truth. That's the truth. We have discovered the truth about the game. So anyway, now that we've got that sorted out, it doesn't defeat the Minotaur, but it does tell us something. It does tell us something. Yes, we'll get stuck. We will get trapped in the machine, or we're already trapped in the machine. Our friend is gone. He's gone.
Liam, please come back. Don't leave me down here in the dark. I don't like it.
I assume he may come back once we like actually put some effort in and name some goddamn books. Anyway, what I was going to do is just go to more of those journals, right? Because I can work them out at least, or we can try to. Because yeah, those other books, I'm like, yes, I know some of the people that wrote them, but I don't quite have the correct years, and again, don't want to be guessing too much. But yes, if the Academical Journal 1 was in 26, then obviously Academical Journal 7 would be in 32. So AJ 32. We could probably go to every single edition, but it just goes to the one we actually know it exists. Yes, so can we name this as the Journal 7?
Journal issue 7.
it had not destroyed her.
Again, it seems to be a theme of like writing having power, writing being able to destroy people, change people, kill people, right? Like there was some other mentions of it. A woman loses her child in a crowded street, only to take home a dog in its place. A man forgets his speech, adopting an antediluvian tongue. A small city in England, Tarnsbridge, is gone, forgotten. I think Tarnsbridge was also mentioned before. Reports grow weird as the Second War looms. It brings confusion, but the machine cuts through all that. And then, picking up from issue 5... Okay.
Academicalist's Journal, issue 5?
DME. The Academicalist Journal doesn't know it for what it is. It mentions Pemberton, then Xavier Youngman, then claims one died in the other's arms. That must be the wrong way around, surely. She was born the year he died. See issue 36.
Academicalist's Journal, issue 36.
Antediluvian is occurring or belongs to the era before the flood. Are we talking like the biblical flood here? They also use a 4 instead of M, so Liam is LI44. Okay, so like very like biblically old, we're saying here. She could only be his returning soul. Could be any flood. Okay, well, let's try this Liam situation. So LI44. No, it doesn't go anywhere. I guess we're not actual entries in this machine, or we have to get there somewhere else. Okay, there is no additional notes here, but that means if this was AJ32, AJ30 should be number 5. I mean, we could literally just go one by another, to the journals in order, but I'm kind of doing them at least the ways that we're told about them. I'm not sure if that's better or worse at this point. We're just going from place to place. And we
All right,
should
then.
know this is issue 5.
Academicalist's Journal, issue 5.
And I guess if they're not mentioned, then we wouldn't be able to title them.
What a man, what a thinker, what a dreamer, what an eroded human being.
The Good Reverend. Okay, interesting. Alfonso had written a masterpiece 4 years before, so we're told. God and Witchcraft, reconciled under the title My God, He Dances. Were we here before? Yes. Somehow we were here before. Yes, we are a fifth of the way there. Because yes, we got the My God, He Dances, so yes, we're somehow circled back. Okay, so then we have 16 and 36. 16 will be in 41. Oh, there's definitely something there.
Academicalist's Journal, issue 16.
That we have created this is a miracle. I do not wish to be shot for it. I choose to be shot for more serious matters.
Okay then. What did they print? 1941. Europe is at war. Paris is occupied. But the journal is writing about antler patterns and mistletoe under the watchful eye of the Third Reich. They couldn't hold out. They went dark after this until France was liberated. Okay, so after this, after 41, we get a breaks, right? So we're no longer gonna have AJ42 and all that stuff. There's a brief mention of a DME book, Internal Oversight. What's DME?
Oversight.
published that year, but they don't say who by. I think full review in issue 17.
Academicalist's Journal, issue 17.
Also, a belated attack on Pinkin Kendrick's doomed follow-up to Temporary Waits for No Man. Deserved probably, though they liked the one before. I shouldn't feed it any more of these things anyway. Okay, they're like, don't give it weird books. It makes it suffer. It's interesting that some of the links here have numbers entered into them, but I'm not sure whether that's an actual clue or is it just corruption from the machine sneaking in, right? So yeah, that links to PK-47, which is the temporarily waits for no man, I assume, because we've already named that one, which I assume that's why it's linked. Let's just check. Yes, it is that. Okay. Let's just go back. Then we already received issue 17. We know about it, but we were not in it. Right? We have 1, 2, 5, 7, 16. But in 16, we learned that they went dark after this issue, right? So I assume if we go to 42, there's gonna be nothing there, right? Because they didn't publish 17 the year after. They published it when they came back, when France was liberated, which I am terrible at history. Asia thought to be present, 1736. Didn't publish for most of World War II. I mean, would it be like somewhere in 45, 46? Me, terrible at history. Nope. Am I supposed to get it from somewhere from the game when France was liberated after World War II? Because honestly, yeah, I don't know exact date for France. I am terrible at dates and remembering things like that. Like, I know when World War II was, right? I just don't know when France was liberated specifically. And also, you know, it could have been that year, and it could have been the years after. And what's DME? And yes, issue 36, that would be even... that would be even for... Didn't they tell us it came back in 56? Did they? Let's see. Yeah, we have the notes about the password. Masterpiece. Okay, this guy, but we don't know his surname. One of the oldest writers in the archive. Who is this? That's Alice. Yes, age 16 up to 70. So was there issue 36 in 1970? Because that's what it's telling us. What else we have? Fell in love with PK, Emma Kendrick. Oh no, this is the Hammerstone Press is what came back. Oh wait, so did they publish the journal? I mean, but that means we could go to HP 56, see if there's anything here for us to find. HP 56, if they came back then. Yes, this is the Pinkin Kendrick person, Quentin. And yes, the Church of the Rampant Christ. So yeah, is there HP 56? There is. I mean, yes, honestly, it's like... struggle to remember every date and every detail, right? The Hammerstone imprint came up for sale. Name, rights, and old stock. All the way back to the Hammerstone Manifesto.
The Hammerstone Manifesto.
And including HP08 and HP22. Okay, we've been to HP08, right? That's actually named as the Doom Theoretics. LR detested this book so much they got their editor killed. Primitive man, he who remains.
Primitive man, he who remains.
We're getting lots of titles now. The Setup, Utopia Within Reach, The Punch.
Utopia Within Reach.
A publication was needed to finalize the sale, so I built a way to make copies from the machine. Ran out Astral Perplexities.
Astral Perplexities.
How many notes and stuff she carries with her? I mean, do we even know that those notes are real, right? I'm still of the theory that this is somehow in our head / we don't have a head because we're the machine, right? So like this isn't actual physical objects. This is something else. It came out close to QL's original, oddly different. Okay, so they use the machine to make copies of things, to publish things out of the consumed material and then create things. And again, make is capital letters, so what would we use for a K? What number could we use for a K? Have we seen anything that uses a K? Could it be a 4 again? They just use 4 for everything. Yes, I'm like MA 4-3. It does go somewhere. Enter code for bitwise reassociation or PR-37. Threat to return. Deep storage files exist. 1. Enter code for bitwise reassociation. Okay, I don't know. I don't know what is the code for bitwise reassociation in this game. But I will write this down. To try to figure it out later. Anything else in our notes? Okay, so we have the boot index. Some of them have like red dots next to them. So yeah, that just returned us to the front. Yes, maze, some kind of maze. Okay, so it does actually even write us in here, right? The bitwise reassociation. Yes, I see. I see that this it writes us down in here, which is interesting. It's interesting for a game to do that, right? Because I would not expect a game to do that as an automatic note, so I'm like, no, I must write this down myself. But apparently the game is like, no, we're smarter than this. We will make those notes for you, and you don't have to do those things. Also, I like notes. Okay, so we have a lot of titles that currently are not linked to anything. And some that are. Anything else that was in here that we didn't yet use? Yes, Alfonso, no. Xavier. PSTD has subscribed. Well, thank you very much if you're here. And welcome. Found a letter, yes. Alice, the journal. Married in 58. Is that important? I want to know when he died. Dorothea Pemberton, born the year Xavier Rugman died. Suffered typhoid fever as a child, 1896, affecting her whole life. Oh yes, we were going to go to the journal. Yes, I think I said that and then I got distracted by something else. Yes, AJ 70. Okay, we've discovered a new offer, but we won't be able to give this a title, I think, because we don't know which issue this is. I mean, unless it's the 36th issue, but let's not be too guessy. The moon landing did not cause an ice edge due to orbital shift. Pierre Latour, there's great prediction from issue 36. Okay. So is this issue 36? Had failed. Pierre Latour's reputation for wisdom was in tatters. He skipped 69, I didn't, and came back with this one last issue, issue 37. He talks about how much things have changed since the periodical began. It's true. Witchcraft has all but died out in favor of cold science. Latour, now 72, was already ill. He died the next year. So then this tells us that this is issue 36 then.
Academicalist's Journal, issue 36.
Yes? No? Okay. I'm wrong about that. 37.
Okay. Let's
Oh
see.
yes, I'm silly because we went to this
Academicalist's
37
Journal,
is the last.
issue 37.
Yes, and that's the right one.
Academicalist's Journal, issue 37.
Yes, she changes her tone from questioning tone to like excited tone. Yes, you're right. I thought 36 was last, but it's not.
I would like to point out that the results of the landing are still a matter of debate in the scientific community. It is way too soon to say we are safe, whatever that is even supposed to mean.
Okay, so he's like, oh yeah, you're saying the moon landing didn't do anything bad, but it's too early to tell. I'm sticking to my theory. So Pierre Latour. Does that mean Pierre Latour was the person writing this journal? Since it references him. And then he died in 71, which would explain why the journal stopped. What do the symbols above mean? Do you mean this? Like the Greek symbol? So this was the psi? I think it said that this one, like, those symbols were like the core of the machine. And then there are some other symbols for like some other, what are you gonna call them? Designations? Like the maze and the places we've gone that were like, you know, for doing the The Bytewise Association source wipe, it had more symbol that looked more like a pie, maybe, but could just be like a doorway or a gate. Depends if everything is Greek symbols or not. Because I think like the books, like if we're finding like actual books, they just have like a symbol that resembles a book, so they might vary whether they're real or not. Okay, but that means we also learned from this that issue 36 happened in 68, not in 69. So we can go to AJ 68. Okay, we found 20 things. Here letter, editor-in-chief. Okay, we should name it here first so it unscrambles.
Academicalist Journal, issue 36.
Pemberton writes with such a... Okay, he's gonna read it.
Force and passion. It is hard to remember. She was very ill all of her life. And when she writes about her illness, it is with such force as though she is constraining herself to it. From an early age, she constructed this most tragic narrative, and then she committed to it unrelentingly, almost gleefully.
I'm not sure how well you can hear it, because it's very obscured, the reading of those things. But I assume it's because
Abby,
it's... Ah!
Still there? Can you hear me?
He's back!
Liam? Yes, I can hear you. Where did you go?
Up top. I had to see. But they still don't know. They rolled straight past.
Up top. So he's also underground somewhere.
Who?
The enemy. The ones who've got the book we're after.
The enemy, they've got the book, so we have to find the
Are
book.
we even safe down here?
For now. The soldiers have moved away. Sweeping another block. Good thing Caulderly hid this machine in the basement of a church. Churches are the one place these bastards never go.
Okay, so we're in a church. It's not a manor, it's a church. Now, it's interesting. So we know that it's at least past 1999, right? Because like there were some notes from Alice, I think we found, that said it was 99 or something, which means what sort of soldiers are we talking about? Is it World War III? What time is it? What's happening? So that's interesting. Unless, you know, it's time travel as well, so the timelines are all screwed up too. Pierre Latour, editor-in-chief, knew for certain the coming moon landing would cause the end of life on Earth. But will he publish against next year? Issue 36 is fire and brimstone throughout. There's a weirdly funereal photograph of Latour and his 26-year-old daughter Ursula getting her doctorate from Oxford. Both look furious. The last page is given over to Dorothea Pemberton, a full recounting from her first publication in 1896 through her death in 1911 to her later communications. Okay, so we know that Dorothea published in 1896. Okay, Firefly is trying to like knock over my mic again, lie down on my keyboard. Why do you hate this game so much, huh? What did it do to you? Are we gonna have a standoff now? Okay. This is not a good place for you, okay? You can't just be on the keyboard, under the mic, and everything. Because that's just gonna cause a giant mess. You want to be in the spotlight again? Is that it? You demand attention? Just hair flying everywhere. Sticking to my face. Furry menace. I should rename you to just Menace. Troublemaker. Stream saboteur. There we go. She's had her attention. She's off to somewhere. She might return. Okay, so Demeter's first publication, 1896. So DP 96. Dorothea Pemberton was genius, a visionary, and very ill 15-year-old when In My Dreams was written. Okay, I think...
I know this one's title, I think.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Don't interrupt me, Abby. I'm the streamer here. How dare you. Yes. In My Dreams. So it references a title we know. In My Dreams I Walk, yes. So DP 96.
In My Dreams I Walk.
Is that. There we go. Unscrambled.
I see through the walls. They are paper thin and covered with words.
Okay. See, she can see the words. The walls are speaking to her. Yes. So she was 15. She was 15 when she published that book. I'm not sure if it's important that we know when she was born. Her ideas lived longer than she did. Silverton used them in 29. Supposedly he did. I have suspicions, but I need to source a copy of so the machine can confirm. I think Pemberton also met Quentin Lemarchand a few years before her death in 1911. She was sent to France for the heirs, but she wrote only that one last essay. Can't be sure. Okay, so it's related to the 08 thing we've already read, and then a couple other things. Okay, so we know that. Does it give us anything else to... Well, Silverton. Do we know... So no. It's just a surname. We don't know their name. So what is this? Okay, so it gives like... It has question marks on top of those files. Oh, okay, it's just their code. Okay, so for the people we know the code, it fills it in. Okay. Nothing too suspicious. But, okay, do they want us to talk to the guy, or is this just like, if you're stuck, talk to him?
Well, you were gone, Liam. Something happened. The machine went crazy, started spewing all these codes.
Well, I'm back now.
Cool, you're back. Can we talk about it, or you're just like not interested?
But what did it mean?
I've no idea. The thing's fallen apart. Like everything else.
Okay. Fine then. Don't tell us. Don't be helpful. Why would you be? Yes, going backwards to the journal. This is issue 36. I do wonder if they had uninterrupted run from like 17 to 36. So where would that be? 49? No. 68. 51. Can I not add two numbers? No, it's also not 51. I mean, it must be here, right? His name, but obviously now they're putting into the works the fact that he skipped years, right? That, like, he didn't do 69 and then did 70, so, you know, the 17, it came back after France was liberated, right? So it's somewhere there. But we don't know exactly, like, how many years he skipped and what else did he do, so... What else is here? That was the Pemberton publication. I'm like, there was something else there. There was some other years here.
They are paper thin and covered.
Yes, okay, Silverton, but we don't know. We don't know Silverton's first name. What else we know? We know lots of titles. My God, he dances. Revisions. That was something she wrote as well, right? But we don't know when either. The Hammerstone Manifesto. The Hammerstone.
All right then.
They started. Let me see. In 06. We've already been to 06, but it's not named. So I'm wondering whether this is the manifesto, right? If it was, yeah, the Hammerstones press first. The idea was to offer anonymous publication to allow writers to speak without committing their reputation. So it would make sense.
This one's easy to name.
Yes, thank you, Abby. It would make sense that, yes, this is when they publish their manifesto to say, hey, this is what we're doing, right? So this is the manifesto, HPO 6.
The Hammerstone Manifesto.
Yes, it is.
The world must be ready to hear things which are shocking, which are transgressive, which upset and undermine our understanding of reality itself, without punishing the author of the text for their radical thinking. Hammerstone is named after the effect such writing will have.
Okay, so yeah, that's their manifesto here. A list exists for this publisher. Enter code. LI57. List! Yeah! I used my knowledge and I've learned and I've applied the knowledge to the exercise. Okay, so definitely look out for uppercase 4-letter words. So we have the Hammerstone Manifesto, Doom Theoretics, Primitive Man, He Who Remains, Utopia with Reach, and Perplexing Astrality.
Perplexing Astrality.
I thought oh, okay. We have Astral Perplexities, and we have Perplexing Astrality, so those are two things. But they're not the same thing, so that's just more titles to collect. For us to then be like, where does it go? But then, what does it mean? Because it gives us the titles, so we know that everything related to HP will therefore have those titles. But we don't know what they are. And we had HP... Oh wait, that was one of the links. HP 56. We were just there, right? Yes, the imprint came out for sale. Rise to the old stock all the way back to the manifesto and including HP 08 and HP 22. I'm not sure we've been to 22. LR. Yeah, so that's where we got those other titles before. Okay, so that was the thing. That's where we got the Astral Perplexities. It was close to QL's original. So the QL original is the perplexing astralities. And this machine made some copy. I think we tried to make, right? And it got us somewhere weird. Do we know who LR is? Wow, we're getting a lot of people here. Weird. I thought. No, we have Pierre Latour, that's PL, but we don't know LR. What HP 22 as well? Have we not been there? Have we been there? Hammerstone's last volume. They shot to fame, then someone shot the editor at a lunch for supporters of Mussolini. The culprit said the recent literary review put them up to it. The volume was pulled and pulped. It might as well have never existed. This copy comes in via Perplexing Astrality HP 56. Okay, so this is the Perplexing Astrality then, because he's saying it came up through this. Like they generated it.
Perplexing astrality.
Why do we? Well, to be elsewhere, to change this world out for another. How long does this change last? Well, as long as it takes for the glow of the words to fade from our eyes. Here's what I've learned. The more we read, the more truth gets created. What a splendid thing.
The more we read, the more truth is created. Like, there seems to be a theme again of, like, you know, creation, I guess. Like, is creation, just imagination? Or is, you know, are they actually bringing things to reality with it? Okay, so this is the Perplexing Astrality, not to be confused with the astral perplexities. Oh my god, I'm just like... Who's LR then? Okay, so therefore... HP 22... Is that the astral perplexities? Because it brought us here? Last volume. Yeah, so is that it? Like, that was the last thing that came up as the last volume?
Okay, let's
and that
see.
we generated, like, we created it by using the machine to create a weird copy of it, is how I understand it.
Astral perplexities?
Okay, it's not that. It's not that. I'm wrong about it because nothing happened. Okay. I'm reading it wrong. Like, this thing here that they're trying to describe with the perplexities and things, right?
Well, to be elsewhere, to change this world out for another. How long does this change last?
Yeah, so I built a way. Is there a way to them? Like, they read it every time. Not sure if there's a way to skip it.
The more we read, the more truth gets created. What a splendid thing.
Yes. So I built a way to make copies from the machine. Ran out Astral Perplexities, which is the other book. It came out close to QL's original, oddly different. So, like, he used the machine Yes, it's like he used the machine to make a copy, but it's different and stuff like
All right,
that.
then.
Oh yes, because we do have QL11 and QL18. So if we're saying QL wrote this, then yes, it wouldn't be the journal. It would be one of the QLs. So let's go back to them, but because I don't honestly remember. Okay, so this is the biggest idea. Start small. Dark forces are drawn to scale. Sign his death warrant. Okay, so was QL the old editor of the journal, and then the other guy took over after the war? Okay, because QL11 and QL18 are the same. They refer to the same work, but 18 is a draft. But the 11 one is the original. No, that's weird, right? Because that would imply he wrote the final before the draft. Yes, original copy from 1918. Yes, the cover is marked draft, so this should be the older thing. There was a final version, yes, that's what led us to the journals. They wrote it in issue 1 2 years after he died. I will feed it in, every scrap helps. Yes, this is an academic paper. But we get very little about it. He's seen this effect at work. That's what signed his death warrant. I need to like revise what's going on in here.
Why do we? Well, to be elsewhere. To change this world out for another. How long does this
Yes,
take
it's like,
to
yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe 18 is the year they got it, right? Because there wouldn't be
last? Our eyes.
a date on the draft, so they dated it based on when they got it, so that would make more sense.
What a splendid thing.
He detested someone, LR, detested those books so much they got their editor killed. And that would seem to be a line that QL, he was the original editor, and therefore that got him killed. Right? Primitive Man, He Who Remains, the setup, Utopia Within Reach, the punch. A publication was needed to finalize the sale, so I built a way to make copies from the machine. Ran out Astral Perplexities. It came out close to QL's original, oddly different. Okay, so yeah, it's linked to QL 11 as well. So maybe yes. Maybe this is the right thinking, that this is the original Astral Perplexities as opposed to the machine copy of Perplexing Astrology.
Astral Perplexities?
Yes, okay, that is it.
It is known that the universe is the aggregate of all observations made by all systems, including those of conscious beings. Conscious thought contains intrinsic balance. There are, and will never be, trolls under bridges. But the alteration of conscious thought by unconscious means can affect meaningful, unnegative change.
Okay, so now we're going into universe's observation. Conscious thoughts contain balances. but the altercation of conscious thought by unconscious means can affect meaningful unnegated change. Are we getting into like, you know, people, you know, thinking about something can affect reality? Is that what he was writing about here? Some of it is a bit out there. I mean, a lot of it seems to be out there.
I meant what I said before, Liam. The machine was trying to speak to me.
It's just a machine, Abby. I know it looks like it's full of ghosts, but it's just wires and plastic.
No, I'm pretty sure it's full of ghosts. I guess like when we're sitting there unsure what to do, we can just chat to Liam, right? He's our friend.
There are 50 entries in the core archive. I think.
Okay, sounds about right.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you agree. I'm glad you agree. Okay, so we have the generate index, but I'm not sure we need it anywhere else. You just hate Liam. I mean, yes, he was being a bit obnoxious in the intro. Like, I think now we can mostly just summon him when we want to talk, like, see where it goes. I think he's no longer being such a pain. So I think it's kind of better, right? Now I just have to press a button.
All the people here, all the voices in this place, they're all dead, aren't they?
But I'm not. Listen to my voice, Abby. Focus on that.
Okay. Liam claims he's not dead. He's like, I'm totally not dead. I'm here, totally alive. Not some weird figment of your imagination. Or the user of you, the computer.
Okay,
I have to...
Let's see.
Yes. Now I'm like, where are we going to? Because we have lots of titles, but not a lot of things. There are those red dots. Does it mean like there is more things to do there? Trust me, bro. Yeah, exactly. We have to trust him. I mean, he's the only person we have any connection to, right? It becomes like a thing of what, who can we trust if there's only, like, we have one link to the outside world. Okay, they write of Professor Lemarchand's revisions. Okay, I thought it was the woman, Dorothy, that wrote revisions, but no, it was Lemarchand. Destroyed by a monster from the Church of the Rampaging Christ. Okay, we've seen the Church of the Rampaging Christ. We already went there. I assume we've read the extra codes here. Yes, we're getting into I don't remember everything. The journal would run for 45 years and 37 issues under the steady hand of its editor, the redoubtable Monsieur Latour, who only retired the year before he died. Okay, so he's saying Latour was always the editor. It was assumed it would afterwards pass to his daughter, but it didn't. She wrote a short, rather angry pamphlet on the subject, On a Life Unlived.
On a Life Unlived.
2 years after he passed. I haven't got that yet. Well, we know the year he died, and I think we know the daughter's name. Was she named like Ursula or something? Yes, Ursula Latour. And then Pierre Latour died in 71. So she would be UL. Says I haven't got that yet, but he may have got it. 2 years after he passed, so in 73. Well, let's see if she did, if we got the copy. Apparently we do. I mean, it's garbled by, she said my father was an imbecile. On a life unlived, was that what she wrote? Yes.
On a life unlived.
My father was an imbecile. Imagine living with that inside your genetic code, and knowing nothing you ever do will get rid of it.
Okay, she was like not down with his whole let's publish nonsense so that people can know what not nonsense is. A short, violently angry pamphlet aimed by its author at all fathers everywhere who have the temerity to ignore the needs of their children, having troubled themselves to father them. It lays out, point by point, a series of crimes committed by the author's father against her own person. Most of these crimes come down to negligence. It seems that Monsieur Latour was so busy editing his journal and discoursing with its contributors that he paid little attention to his own daughter, her development, and her needs. With the lack of a mother, thanks to the war, though you wouldn't know it if you'd read her father's account of the period published a year after he died, the 31-year-old author declares every one of her own failures and then lays it firmly at her father's feet. Oh, it was a different publisher. Okay, yes. There is so much here, it's easy to get mixed up with some of it. Well, she still wasn't happy with whatever he was publishing. Right, he was into, so the Hammerstone was the bullshit one. The journal was about like publishing things that were not quite the mainstream, maybe. Like there were various claims in there that may or may not have been very valid, I think. Right, because there was talking about weird books with weird contents. The 31-year-old author declares every one of her own failures and delays at her father's feet. The pamphlet itself ran 500 copies and was sent out to the mailing addresses of subscribers to her father's journal. My understanding is that the one in my library is now one of the only a score that were not destroyed as preposterous nonsense. Miss you, Dad. Okay. She was like, no. Can we try AB61 for Abby? I mean, we can. It doesn't go anywhere. I don't think our names go anywhere right now. I mean, maybe they will eventually lead us somewhere, but that doesn't. Okay, so there was something here. There was something about another thing, right? Something published like 2 years before his death, after his death. Yes, the father's account of the period published the year after he died, so that would be therefore... what was his first name? Already forgot. Pierre, so PL 72. Yes, there we go. Pierre Latour's wartime memoir, funny, tragic, and vainglorious, showcases the power and genius of the Academicalist Journal founder and EIC. Radio smuggling, railway sabotage, the kidnap and torture of Germany's rank and file. Interspersed with notes of secret meetings with DME researchers. Again, with the DME. What does DME stand for? Still active during the occupation years. The principle of DME, he claims, was perfected by his resistance cell. No evidence, of course, he says. Kenrick's work was weaponized by a young woman in their inner circle. Her identity is unstated, but the machine has made that secret very clear to me. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Okay, note from Alice. Not clear to me, but then she published an account of it last year. Confession Day.
Confession Day.
Under her maiden name, of course. Now the husband is dead. Okay, so it's back to that offer. What was her name? Because there was an offer where it was like, oh, we could have gotten her book, but it was before she got married, so... yes, exactly. The dead voice, good remembering, yeah. Whereas there was an offer, we have her married name. But, yeah, Emma Kendrick, I think. But, actually, looking at this, we have two names for her. Oh, because it says, born Emma Mayflower. Fell in love with PK after reading his 37 novels. So yes, but we have her under EK and ES. But the ES may be someone different. But yes, if she was born Emma Mayflower, then her code is EM then? Under her maiden name? So EM published last year, so 1980. Off we go. Then I have to find what that other book was. And that was Confession Day, EM 80?
Confession Day.
My husband is dead. I feel now that I never really loved him. Is that shocking? I'm shocked. I lived with him for so many years. Now I wonder if my life could have been very different. When I was a young woman, I was in love with a man with a brilliant mind. He had such dazzling ideas. To listen to him talk was like watching a firework display. And then one day, I was in love with Kendrick, as though the whole story of my life had been rewritten. No, I'm not sorry that he is dead. I understood his dark work. Damn it, but I understood it better than him.
Okay. She's got some resentment going on. Emma Mayflower slid herself into France in 1938. She was there when the Reich rolled in, and she fought them using every trick she knew. Strange, considering I think she was supposed to be in love with Kendrick in London at the time. She's meant to have married him in 44. Perhaps she's lying, or there's two of them? Yeah, so something's going on. Elise has a note. Or my father was right. And DMEs are real. The machine has found them. The machine has created them, like tearing open a space. I think I'm beginning to see through the walls, and it hurts a little more each day. Interesting. The writing from DP, Dorothy, or Dorothea, she was talking about seeing through walls as well. There were words behind the walls or something. Is this what happened to you, Dad? Is this why Mom had to leave before my brother was born? Yes, apparently she had a brother. He was mentioned at some point. Yeah, something with the DMEs, right? Like, it's some sort of thing that they keep talking about. Tearing open a space, yeah, like some sort of, you know, because we're saying here, she's in love with one guy in London, but then she says, oh, I was in love with the other guy, and then I was in love with Kendrick. So are we saying, like, they're jumping between, like, different versions of themselves, or some sort of other multi-universe, multi-reality situation? As Liam has anything useful to say?
DME mean?
Oh, maybe he'll tell
term
us.
for revisions.
Old term for revisions? Liam, what do you know?
Revisions.
You must know what revisions are.
Do
We've
I?
taken the world to bits after all.
Well, tell me more, Liam. Clearly this is some in-universe thing that you know about.
I don't like revisions. They seem like curses to me. Always going wrong and no one ever knows why.
That's what I'm here for. I'm monitoring you. Just stay focused. Don't let your mind wander.
Okay, revisions like overwriting something. Like, you know, that thing we can do in the machine where we can clear a copy and make a copy and something like that. Like we can make a revision as we're changing the text.
So this machine was built to analyze revisions?
They were investigating them, I think. But what the machine does, I think that was an accident.
Okay, now I'm like, Liam, just tell me more.
And what does it do?
Revisions are meant to fade away. Reality is meant to come back. But somehow, once a revision gets into this machine, it never fades away. It's like the machine won't let the world stop dreaming.
Okay, so the revisions are alterations, but they're temporary. It's almost like you can glimpse into a different reality, but they go away, right? They go away, they dissipate like a dream. But the machine has made them permanent. The machine has made it so you can actually change reality, change time. They're blinking at me from the background.
So, you're saying this machine is what did it? All of it, it's what made everything go wrong?
Books, ideas, have a power. And they weren't meant to be read this way.
Okay, so someone brought a book to reality and now the world is messed up. That's when at some point I think Cecil was talking that he he read something he didn't like, he put something in the machine he didn't like, and now he screwed up the world because he didn't realize that it was actually permanently altering things.
You said the machine reads books wrong?
This machine doesn't read things, it chews them. Over and over. Obsessively. Word by bloody word. Words are thoughts. They're meant to, I don't know, come and go. Change, grow. Not get trapped. Not go round and round like a fever.
Yes, the enemy has a book, and then we want the copy of the book so that we can change the copy of the book and we can rewrite what happens in the world with the book, right? Because we're looking for end peace, an end to peace.
Do I know you, Liam? Outside of this? Do we know each other? Are we like friends?
No, we're not.
Okay, we're not friends, and we don't know each other. They're always like, just give you a sentence. I'm like,
please, hurry.
Please, hurry.
I don't think you know what it's like out there right now.
Well, I don't know, because you won't tell me anything. Yes, as I'm saying, like, she's not real, or she's some sort of, she's in some sort of state, you know, this is in her head, in her imagination, or she's the machine, and she's just imagining herself as being an actual person. The machine is dreaming of being a human that's interacting with the machine. There's definitely something weird about Abby's existence and how Liam is involved with it, right? Like, he wants her to do something, but they don't know each other, they're not friends, all that stuff.
I don't understand what's going on here. I don't know you. I don't think I do. I should know if we're friends, shouldn't I?
Please, Abby, don't think about it.
Okay, he doesn't want us to, like, dig into what it really means about us. He's like, it's okay, go look for the things I'm trying to think. Don't, like, it's like basically if you were trying to Google something and Google would be like, hey, who are you? Are we friends? And also, I mean, the way this is kind of written about, you know, they feed books to it and then things come out, but they're not quite like the things, but they're similar to the things. Obviously, very much brings to mind all of the AI things that are out there these days, right? Which have consumed the internet and are now spewing out gibberish. Copies, but not quite copies, but you know, all that kind of stuff. Generated text, and you know, what are we supposed to think about that? And you know, when you Google something and the AI lies to you because it likes to make things up and hallucinate, seems quite similar. I mean, maybe not similar, but like it brings to mind that sort of stuff when we consider this machine in this game, at least to me. Maybe it's not what they were going for. Anyway, where was I with this? The DMEs, the EM. Something about her reality changing. And then there was another book of hers, yes, the Dead Voice. Now it's like, I assume it's gonna be another EM book because that we couldn't identify it because we needed the maiden name. But now I'm like, where did we read about Dead Voice, right? Because I need to see whether there is a way to work out the year from there. So it's just like, oh, because it's the husband, EK65. Weeva. EK65. Yes, another novel. There are too many of this. Okay, but this is hair novel. I hear the reviews. 56 claim her husband wrote this. I think that they don't know her. Oh, okay, it was 1936. Yes, Gloves is the brains of this operation right now, remembering things. Okay. Here, her last book was better. Okay, so her last book was the copy, but is that what we just read, right? Or something else? Anyway, to Dead Voice, because it's gonna be what was it? EM, wow. 36. So we know EM36 is Dead Voice.
Dead Voice.
Because that's what led us here. We got 20 titles.
Unless you have something to tell me. Come closer, for you seem familiar to my eye.
A novel by Emma Meifler. I'm like, this is some French thing, right? I'm like, terrible reading. A medium can see ghosts of people who have not died yet. They tell her how they died, and so she is able to save them. Until the medium herself dies, only to tell herself how to avoid it. The paradox ends the book. 8 years later, EM married, changed her name, perhaps she had a child. 8 years after that, age 43, she restarted her novelist career a second time. She kept the naming scheme from her early work. Her naming scheme? I mean, now it says Dead Lies because of the scrambling. Yes, EM married and she became EK, right? Because that's how we originally came to know her. Yes, Emma Kendrick fell in love with PK after reading his 37 novel. Now with what we've learned, right? And we know that he was writing about like love, triangles and stuff like that. So she read the book, and the book caused her to fall in love with him because of this DME thing. Like, this is actually important to how that works. Suspicious. So he basically wrote a book that's kind of like a love potion. He just deployed. Yeah, so we got EK60. Oh, I guess the naming scheme, right? I think what they say when it comes to naming scheme, like she compresses the multiple words into one, like Dead Voice, Confession Day. It's all like together titles. So maybe that's it. And then we have, so EK65 is the one that's unnamed yet. Maybe she wrote End Piece then. Good thinking. Yes, because if that's the scheme of she like puts the two words together, that's interesting. Okay, that's the one with like, there's too many of them. She writes well enough. I hear review, volume 56. So like,
Okay, let's see.
we know that the literary review, volume 56, exists, but we know nothing about like years for the literary review. And that's LR. That's LR. LR was mentioned, I think, saying, oh, LR hated the editor so much it got him killed. So I guess that's where that goes. I wish this stuff stayed expanded if we expanded it. Yes, it was published the year. Would they publish the review the same year as the one? Maybe. I guess, yeah, either the same year or the year after. So here we're in EK65. I mean, let's try it, right? Because the literary review would be LR, and then the year would be 65.
Green Walker.
Okay, that just got added. See, I was saying you're the brains of the operation. And clearly, you are. The review covers EK's new book only because she once wrote about spiritualism. Then they say Green Walker marks the something of Pinkin Kenring's work. Okay, we know this is literary review 65. From 65, so the issue is 56. So we can
Literary
identify
Review,
it.
Volume 56.
To unscramble. Yes, there we go.
The novel, ostensibly by Mrs. Kendrick, but clearly written by her prolific husband, in an attempt to escape the stigma now attached to his name, goes so far as to have its protagonist outright a woman disguised as a man throughout most of this ludicrous book.
Okay. So they're reading into the book that based on the content. Clearly the husband wrote it and just published it under the wife's name. Okay, the review covers EK's new book only because she once wrote about spiritualism. Then they say Green Walker marks the nadir. Okay, you said that's low point. English is hard. Of Pinkin's Kendrick work. Imagine Mrs. Kendrick's fury. I wouldn't want to be the editor of LR, seriously, LR, when she releases her next. Her power is growing. Okay, so we're saying, yes, she knows about the powers, right? She can also alter reality, so she's about to write something nasty into their book. Okay, so then we know that this book here that got us to this review is the Green Walker, the EK65.
Green Walker.
Jin knew that to leave the path was to commit a great transgression, but the call of every rock and shrub was too strong. At least no one was watching.
Okay. No one was watching them leave the path. Okay, so we've got a bunch of links. Okay, so we didn't find the Journal 17 yet, and then we have a lot of other books. But it is getting late. I've told myself basically that I'm only doing about 3 hours today because I do really need to get up early tomorrow because I have lots of stuff to do for the channel because I am basically super behind on all of my channel work, and my actual work has been crazy, so I feel like I'm basically behind in life these days. Yes, I think we're gonna wrap up for today. Now, depending at how things go tomorrow, I may not have time to stream tomorrow, which sucks now that we gotten into this game. But I'm also kind of getting the feeling that the further we go into this game, the more and more this is going to be like, oh, where did we get this information? And me just rereading lots of things to try to remember stuff and get the little bits and bobs. So if Firefly will allow, I may try to just record the rest of it, so then I can obviously edit out lots of the time where I'm just like rereading things and making notes, even though you don't always have to make notes. So, you know, you can see the rest of it at some point later. So, and then hopefully it will take less time than you trying to watch me trying to remember where did I get that piece of information from. So, yes, I guess watch the channel tomorrow to see if there's a stream, but if there isn't, then I will see you. Is there a code for saving? I think the game just saves automatically. It just saved just now. But yes, there are even codes for, you know, all of the game things. So yes, we're saved. I think it just saves as we move around the thing. So yes, thank you everyone for coming to the streams. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for liking, or thanks for just hanging out. That also helps if you're just there and watching in the background. So thank you all so much. Yes, this game is a bit weird, but it's also interesting, right? Like, yes, I'm not quite sure. Like, Liam was being a bit annoying, and sometimes this was being a bit annoying. But at the same time, I'm like, are we the computer? I need to know. I want to know if we're the computer. So, yes. Take care, everyone. And, of course, thank you to all the members for supporting the channel. Have a good night. Have a good rest of your day, whatever the time is for you. And bye-bye.